The story of the epic journey of Lehi and Sariah begins in this place, in Jerusalem.
The time of Lehi, the original city of Jerusalem, which was just one hill surrounded by a wall that David and Solomon built. It's a city Lehi could have walked the streets and seen lots of people that he knew every day. They had the temple as the focal point where they could go and offer sacrifices and join in prayers.
This pool was here in the days of Lehi and Sariah. It was an essential source of water into the city.
One of Sariah's tasks would have been to draw the water every day to bring to the family. And there's one spring in Jerusalem, the Gihon Spring, and the water's tunneled from the Gihon Spring to the Pool of Siloam.
He and Sariah would have known this place. They'd have visited it.
It might have also been a place where she would have encountered people talking about the things her husband was doing and saying.
Lehi's family was a prosperous family in several ways. They had flocks and herds. They had a home in Jerusalem. They had what they call the land of their inheritance, designated land that was theirs. And they had wealth, including silver and gold and precious things.
Lehi found out not long after the Book of Mormon opens that he was of the tribe of Manasseh. Now, Manasseh was a tribe that belonged originally to the northern kingdom, which of course had been carried off a century or so before the opening of the Book of Mormon. So it seems that Lehi and his family are to a certain extent outsiders, and that Laban was probably a kinsman of Lehi. That's why he had the records, specifically the records of Joseph.
They were children of Joseph, and the Josephite record that was being kept on the brass plates was in the possession of Laban.
Having them would, of course, be a great status symbol as the leader of the clan or something like that.
He is able to command 50 soldiers within the walls of the city of Jerusalem, which means that he is a military officer and a very high-ranking official.
Jerusalem was going through a really difficult period at the time of Lehi.
Although Jerusalem, in terms of size, political power, and military strength was not too big, in terms of its significance in international affairs, it was quite an important city.
The kingdom of Judah was caught politically between not just two empires, but really three. The Egyptians to the southwest, and then the Babylonian Empire, which was rising, the Assyrian Empire, which was dying. And so there were parties and factions in Jerusalem saying, well, the safety of Judah would be most assured if they threw in their lot with the Egyptians, or on the other hand, that they should forget about the Egyptians, go with the Babylonians. Some felt that they ought maybe to stick with the Assyrians.
The fundamental political problem of Judea is that of a small country wedged between major superpowers who are at war with one another, and that this country is the battleground.
So you had the factions within the city of Jerusalem jockeying for position.
Jerusalem was caught in the middle, and it was very difficult for them to know where their alliances should be placed.
So it's a very unstable, very chaotic, and very uncertain situation. Judah's under threat, and they know it. They just don't know which way to react.
And if they don't make the right decision, chances are they're going to be destroyed. And of course, they made the wrong decision, and they were destroyed.